Boom. Mm. Yo, what's happening? It's the Doctor of Sports coming to you live on YouTube. Hey, look, I want everybody to subscribe to the channel. Um, you own the channel if you already subscribed to it. That's cool. If you're just watching for the first time, subscribe to my channel. I'm the Doctor of Sports, DADROFSPORTS. Look, it's been a while since I came and brought a podcast to you. We was in a down period of sports, and nobody wanted to hear me talk about um, freaking Wimbledon or NASCAR or golf or hockey, something like that. Well, hockey was over, but nobody wanted to hear me talk about those kind of things. So it's been a down period in sports, but now I'm back better than ever. The Doctor of Sports, D Jeff, coming to you live on YouTube. Look, I appreciate all my subscribers. I need more. Um, Look, I know it's a lot of podcasters out there that's talking sports and talking, whatever you're talking, all different areas, all different genres. But look, I'm coming for you all. I love sports. This is my passion. This is what I do. I'm from Detroit, born and raised, as you can see, with my Detroit stuff in the background. I'm from Detroit, Henry Ford. All my peeps in the D that went to the Henry Ford class of '96. Hey, I love what y'all doing with the alumni association out there. The picnic was today. That's why I'm representing my high school because the all alumni picnic was today. So, shout out to my sister Tana Jeff, KJ Styles for making this hat for me. Uh, and I got the sweater on, even though I'm in Vegas and it's hot. I'm inside with the air, so I'm good. Um, but today, podcast, the new season of the Sports is My Medicine podcast show is about to begin. It's August 6th. I told y'all I'll be back on August 6th, and I am. So today we're gonna talk about some football. Why? Because it's football season. It's coming. We had one preseason game. We got some more preseason games coming up this week, and it's about to get real out here. Give me 1 second. I'm doing a little research, but let me see here. Just want to make sure my feed is going through. This is, kind of the YouTube is kind of new to me going live, so want to make sure the feed is working properly. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, okay, okay. All right, everybody. So check it out. Today we're doing AFC East and NFC East. Now every week there's gonna be a new podcast every Sunday. We're gonna do a different division each week. Last year when I did this, I was kind of long-winded, so it took a while for us to get through it all. But this year, I'm just gonna give a little quick synopsis, quick analogy of what I feel like, how I feel about that team and what I think that team is gonna do. Um, so it's my opinion. You know what I mean? It's based on the research that I've done. And I don't do a ton of research. I don't have the connections that everybody, Stephen A. and all the people on Fox Sports got, all that sort of thing. But I think I'm just as good and just as knowledgeable because I know the game. I've been watching football for a long time and I know the game. So we're gonna get to cracking about this AFC East, NFC East, two of the best divisions in football, and we're gonna talk about them real quick. I need everybody to subscribe to the channel. Again, subscribe to the channel. It's very important. Even if you don't like my content, comment. Let me know. Hey, you suck. Hey, get off the air. Whatever it is you feeling. Hey, I'm all for it because I don't care what y'all think about me because y'all opinion of me is not my opinion of me. So, hey, the Doctor of Sports out here about to bring you some knowledge, let you know who gonna win the AFC East, who gonna win the NFC East. Um, Live right now on YouTube podcast. The Doctor of Sports. Yeah, that's me. Yep. All right, so here we go. Sorry about all the delays, but it'll get better. So we're gonna start with the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, won the division last year, but you just never know with these guys. They last year was supposed to have been the year that they take that next step, but that didn't happen. Lost in the playoffs. Um, but my thing about them is the backup quarterback position. Josh Allen is a beast. We all know that, but Kyle, I think it's Kyle Allen and Matt Barkley are their backup quarterbacks, and the way Josh Allen plays, um, that could be detrimental to them if he gets hurt because they don't have a backup quarterback. Also, Micah Hyde on defense is back. Von Miller is back. That really hurt them last year, even though they did go 13-3. I think not having Von Miller in the playoffs is one of the reasons why they was unsuccessful. Um, I expect a drop off, but I think they'll be good. That game against the Jets in Week 1 is going to be a beast. It's going to be awesome. Again, last week they went 13-3. This year, I believe Buffalo Bills will take a step back. They'll still be very good. They'll go 12-5. I was thinking they might go after Dalvin Cook, let him play with his brother James Cook, but that didn't happen. We'll have to see what's going on with that next. But I think Buffalo will be 12-5. Write it down, take a picture, do what you need to do. So when you come back at the end of the season and be like, well, Doctor of Sports said 12-5. Well, and they was 10-7. Well, call me out. I could be wrong sometimes, but I doubt it. Second team we're gonna talk about the New York Jets. Of course, we all know the storyline all season. Aaron Rodgers bitched and moaned all season to get out of Green Bay. Um, Even got the Jets to sign his buddies, his friends, notably Randall Cobb, sorry ass. In the words of my man Bubba Dub, I don't know if you got it copywritten or not, but Randall Cobb is trash. But yeah, Bubba Dub, I know you talk sports too, so anybody out there, let Bubba Dub know. Doctor of Sports out here talking sports with him. Yep, and I'm using trash because Randall Cobb is trash. But anyway, um, the offense with Brees Hall coming back, they got the Garrett Wilson kid, Alan Lazard signed with them. That's one of Aaron Rodgers' boys. The offense is going to be good as long as Aaron Rodgers can produce and be the Aaron Rodgers of old. Defensively, they got Quentin Williams just signed that big ass contract. Although he probably the second best defensive tackle in football behind Aaron Rod. The kid Aaron Donald from the Rams. Um, then you got Sauce. You got Sauce Gardner, man, in one of those corners. Sauce Gardner from the D. Shout out to Sauce. Shout out to the D. We doing it big in the NFL, NHL, NBA. That's how we do in the D. But um, Sauce Gardner is going to be handling every other team's best receiver, closing half the field. So that defense is going to be phenomenal. If Aaron Rodgers get back to the Aaron Rodgers of old that he was when he won 2 straight MVPs a few years back, then they'll compete. But I believe ultimately they'll lose in the playoffs like they've always done because that's who Aaron Rodgers is. Aaron Rodgers get all the love on get up with Mike Greenberg and everybody just love Aaron Rodgers, Stephen A. Smith, all the experts, so-called experts, the ones that get the national attention that's on TV every week, that played the game, or covered the game their whole life, went to school to talk sports, and think they know everything, but they don't. Aaron Rodgers is an underachiever. Um, 1-4 in NFC championship games, one Super Bowl. Can't beat the 49ers in the playoffs. You know, hey, I call it like I see it. Those are the facts. I like to talk about facts. Those are the facts. Now, I have a lot of opinions in this whole podcast, but those are the facts. Aaron Rodgers has not produced the way the media makes it seem he's produced. He excellent numbers, a lot of MVPs, but what a Super Bowl wins. He got one. So, and let's not act like he ain't had nobody in Green Bay. He had teams in Green Bay. The big everybody talk about he ain't get receivers in the first round. They don't never Donald Driver. He DeAndre Devontae Adams, uh, uh, Jordy Nelson. Um, those guys wasn't slouches. Let's not act like they was just some bombs and Aaron made them better. They were very good receivers, so he's had help. He only won one Super Bowl. But I digress. Enough about Aaron Rodgers. Next up, we got the New England Patriots. So the Patriots quarterback Mac Jones, sophomore slump last year. He was excellent in his rookie season. Surprise pick by the New England Patriots that year that they drafted him. But maybe he had a bad year last year because they had a defensive coordinator as his offensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, who failed miserably as my Detroit Lions head coach. And I'm so glad we had the foresight to get rid of that fucking bum. But he was the offensive coordinator in New England. He's a defensive guy. So, Mac Jones took a step back. They brought in new coordinator Bill O'Brien, who has worked as a coordinator in NFL before. He's been a head coach. So Mac Jones should be able to get right under Bill O'Brien. Running game will be a little different. I think Ramondre Stevenson is their starter as of right now. They lost Damian Harris, but so the running game is going to be a little suspect. They got playmakers on the outside. Devontae Parker got to stay healthy. They signed Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm not sure how great of a signing that is, but we'll find out. But the defense is what they're going to rely on with Judon, uh, defensive line, and stuff. People like him rushing the quarterback, getting to the quarterback. Bill Belichick hangs his hat on being a defensive-minded guy. So their defense is going to be good, and their defense is going to be expected to win games for them. So, but I also think they're going to probably take a step back. I think they'll probably finish third in the division at about 7-10. Um, so I'm not expecting high things from the New England Patriots. Then you got the Miami Dolphins. Can Tua stay healthy? If Tua can stay healthy, they'll be a legitimate contender. And I'm not just talking division. I'm talking playoffs. I'm talking Super Bowl because that offense is explosive. It's phenomenal with Tyreek Hill and Waddle. On the wide on the outside. Mostert is their running back, and Raheem Mostert, and he did a hell of a job for him last year. He helped that running game tremendously because before that it was Miles Gaskin and a whole bunch of other bombs. So um, if Tua can stay healthy, and he's proven that when healthy, he's able to make throws and he's able to do things. He's very accurate. He's consistent. So they need Tua to stay healthy, and I'm not sure if that's possible, but I'm hoping for it because I'm rooting for the kid. Um, I believe Miami should be going after Dalvin Cook. Now I know Cook has been visited with the Jets. I know he's been outspoken about wanting to go to Miami, so I think Miami needs to try to get this kid. If Miami get Dalvin Cook, I think that makes their offense elite. Not just good because they're good now. They're borderline great, but that'll make them elite. Put him with Mostert in that backfield, a lot of good things can happen. Defensively, especially in the secondary is great, but unfortunately, with the injury to with Jalen Ramsey, who they picked up in trade with the Rams in the offseason. He's going to be out for probably 6 to 8 weeks, I believe, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how long he's. I think they said 6 to 8, so preseason, and then you got a couple regular season games. So let's just say week 6, he may or may not be back, but they need him because they signed Eli Apple, and we know how that go with Eli Apple. Um, I don't even need to say nothing to you football fans about Eli Apple. Y'all know how that is. Last season, there was 9-8. I think this year they'll be 11-6, and that's the AFC East. Um, Buffalo, Jets, New England, and then Miami. But I think Buffalo wins the division still. I think they're the cream of the crop. I think Miami will come in second in that division. I think the Jets will come in third, and I think New England will come in last. And that division do have a chance to get 3 teams in the playoffs. So that playoff show is down the road, so we're not going to worry about playoff predictions right now. But that's going to be a very good division. Now let's move over to the NFC East really quickly. We're going to go through this. The Eagles. You know what the Eagles did last year? Went to the Super Bowl, lost to the Chiefs. Only question, in my opinion, about the Eagles was there be a Super Bowl hangover. Um, they didn't win it, but they was in it. And you can't win it unless you're in it. So now they got to have the desire to get back because they had that taste and they didn't get it done. They're deep at every position on the field. They got DeAndre Swift from my Lions. So they're good. They got hell of a receivers. Jalen Hurts has proven time and time again that he's a hell of a football player. He's a damn good quarterback. He can get the job done. They've done a tremendous job at drafting. So they've lost players and they plug and play. It's like a college system, just a revolving door. Um, they're going to be like the Georgia Bulldogs of the East Coast. They got with Davis and Carter, Jordan Davis and Carter being the DTs in the middle. Then they got Nakobe Dean playing, as a linebacker. They drafted that Ringo kid, Keely, I think it's Keely Ringo from Georgia, to play in the secondary. And he'll get some time, even though their secondary is already kind of stacked. But I think the Eagles are in for a hell of a season. I don't think they're going to have a layover or a hangover. There was 14-3 last season. I expect 13-4. I don't think they won't. The regular season won't be as good, but hey, that's just a 1 game difference. So, um, Dallas Cowboys, and there's a lot of Cowboys fans out there. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're delusional. Get over yourself. It's been 35 years, 30 years since y'all won anything. Every year is y'all year. Yeah, and I know you're probably thinking, hey, look at this Lions fan talking shit. Well, yep, that's right, because that's what I do. I talk shit. Even though I'm a Lions fan, we coming for that ass. The only playoff win we had in 25, 30, 40, 50, 60 years was against who? The Dallas Cowboys. So I don't want to hear that shit. Anyway, every year this is their year. Every year, this is what I hear from the media, from the fans, even some people that's not their fans. Dallas gonna be better. Dallas gonna be better. Dak has to be better. You can't throw picks all season. You can't lead the NFL in picks. Um, but they blamed Kellen Moore last year, and they shipped him out of town, the offensive coordinator. Now he's over in LA. So Kellen Moore's not there. Mike McCarthy, you on the clock. You the one calling plays now. It's your team. Get it done. Tony Pollard is supposed to be an answer. They say he was better than Zeke Elliott last year, which he was. He got hurt. He signed that franchise tag. They expect big things from Tony Pollard. I don't. I think he's an average back. He'll produce. He'll be okay because they're going to make him a focal point of the offense, but I don't think he's nothing special. CeeDee Lamb getting all the love. He's getting more love than my man Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't like that. Amon-Ra St. Brown is in my opinion, a better receiver than CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, I'm biased. I'm a Lions fan, but he's just as productive. And he was drafted in the 4th round, which his value is greater than CeeDee Lamb's. The defense, and they did sign Brandon Cooks, who's steady. He's been all over the NFL, so he could help them. He's a steady receiver. He's available. So the best ability is availability, and he's always available. The defense could be dominant at times. Michael Parsons is a beast. I'm gonna give it up to him. He do some silly shit on Twitter, but say some silly shit. But Michael Parsons is a beast. Gilmore and Diggs are as good as two corners as you're gonna see in the NFL. Diggs just signed a huge deal, even though he get his ass burnt just as many times as he stop a guy. It's not like he's not like Sauce Gardner where he's stopping the other team's receiver from getting yardage and making catches. He's not doing that. He's very he's an opportunist. He's opportunistic because he gets picks in weird situations, tips and bad throws, but he's not a shutdown corner. He gets beat a lot. So, they paid him. Now he gotta produce. Hopefully he don't get beat uh as much as he has in the past. Um and then it's just it just is what it is with the Cowboys. Like Stephen A say, you know, what can go wrong will go wrong. Stephen A. Smith, I'm quoting Stephen A. Yep, what can go wrong will go wrong with the Cowboys, and I expect something to go wrong. They was 12-5 last season. I think they'll be 12-5 again. They'll have a good season, but what can go wrong will go wrong. I hope you ain't patting that, Stephen A. Because I just said it like 5 times, and I ain't trying to get sued for copyright infringement. But next thing we got is the New York Giants. Um, Daniel Jones got paid only because that's what they do in the NFL now. They pay quarterbacks. They say fuck the running back. Saquon Barkley didn't get paid. Um, I don't believe in the Giants last season, even when they was winning games and made the playoffs, beat the Vikings in the playoffs. I don't believe in them. Brian Dable, excellent coach, but the wide receiver core is suspect. Saquon Barkley is disgruntled, even though he got a little deal. That's not what he wanted. Um, Defense got a few young guns, but not enough to compete. I don't think. Uh, every year there are one or two teams that make the playoffs one year, and the next year they don't, and they be not as good as they were the year before. And I think the Giants is that team. Last year they were now 7-1. I think they'll finish 7-10. And then last we got the Commanders. Um, Finally got new ownership, a new quarterback, Sam Howell from North Carolina. Brian Robinson Jr., Antonio Gibson running the ball, Terry McLaurin and Johan Dotson catching the ball, Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy is now the offensive coordinator in Washington, getting from under the shadow of Andy Reid, which is awesome. It's awesome that he's getting this opportunity, even though he should be getting an opportunity as a head coach. He's getting an opportunity to run an offense himself and get out that shadow. Hopefully, um, not hopefully, I expect big things from him. If Chase Young can be who they thought he was going to be when they drafted him, that defensive line can be dominant. Team went 8-1 last season. If Sam Howell can be a little bit better than Wentz was, and just more consistent than Tyler Heineke was, they can make some noise. They can surprise some people, and I think they're gonna surprise me. They was 8-1 last year. I expect them to be 9-8 this year. Again, we're not talking playoffs yet. We're gonna do that show down the road. Um, but we want to come to you and just give you a quick synopsis of what the Doctor of Sports is thinking about the AFC East and the NFC East. And we'll in the recap, I got the Eagles winning the division, got the Cowboys finishing second, Commanders are finishing third, Giants are finishing fourth. Um, and I think it's gonna be two very tough divisions. Very tough divisions. Um, So, with that being said, Wallet, with that being said, we're going to preview next week's show. Um, Next Sunday, I'm going to preview the AFC South and the NFC South, which the NFC South may be one of the worst divisions in football. But we're going to discuss those divisions next week. And in the upcoming weeks, we're going to lead up to the September 7th game against the Kansas City Chiefs and my Detroit Lions that's opening the season. I know everybody excited about football being back. I know it's a lot going on in the sports world. We got the college football with the conferences being moved and switched and changed, and everything's different. This college football is not your grandfather's college football. It's not even your daddy's college football. It's not even your college football. If you're 45 like me, all this shit is new. So we got that. Um, Plenty to talk about. So in the coming weeks, the Sports is My Medicine podcast will be bringing you more and more content. We're gonna talk about everything, but weekly on Sundays, we're gonna bring you the preview shows, and then after the season start, we're gonna bring you our prediction shows. And hopefully, you guys can roll with me, predict with me, see if you can beat the doc. So glad you joined me. I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. It's the Doctor of Sports talking football. Hope you guys have a great day. Over and out. Peace. What about it?